like that.
Good
Don't
morning.
get a headache.
Oh,
Don't get a headache.
not morning. Good morning. I mean, good afternoon.
Good evening.
Is it evening? When
Evening.
does it go from afternoon to evening?
About 5.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5:30 somewhere. Amen on that.
I have a nice, refreshing glass of water.
Your water today?
I'm not.
I have water today.
We still had some more of that wine left over from that Cassie brought.
There's
It's
beers
good.
in there. That's water beer.
I think I stared at the spider too long, and I think I got a headache.
Aw, I'm sorry.
No. Hey, I quickly put it together today, so all the squares.
Well,
we
the
actually
borders.
have a finished
Yeah.
quilt top, guys.
3 weeks
Check
in
it out.
a row.
Check it out.
That's cray cray.
Okay, Thirsty Thursday. What is Thirsty Thursday?
It's a harebrained idea that we came up with during COVID.
Yeah, it's a way for us to keep connected with y'all.
Yes, when we couldn't see people live.
I
So
know.
it was one of those shower ideas. I'm like, what if we?
Jump
I
on
think it's a good idea.
Facebook.
And you guys kind of agreed
it?
with my craziness.
I know, I like it.
I
So,
like it. I love it. I like the
Get
new
your
projects.
beverage. And let's cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
This is the best part of Thirsty Thursday.
Now that I can have beverages, I agree.
I mean, your
time you
favorite
couldn't.
beverage. It can be coffee. I love coffee.
A
Water.
lot's happened since we started Thirsty
I
Thursday.
know. That's cray cray.
Yep.
I guess that's my word
All right.
today.
All right,
Announcements.
announcements.
Summer Scream. Ah! It continues. I hope you guys are enjoying the free patterns and the little things that we're putting in the newsletter and Thirsty Thursday stuffs. So we are going to continue with that. And Katie is jumping on the bandwagon. It makes me super happy. And they have scheduled 2 more classes to go along with the Summer Screams. So on Wednesday, August 4th, starting at 9:30, Cecily is teaching the Cluck Cluck, so the mini quilt. There's the haunted houses.
Ooh.
Super cute. Go check it out on our calendar. You can see a picture, and it's $30, and it comes with the fabric to complete the top.
And the fabric?
Yes.
That's a good deal.
And it's super cute. It's probably my favorite of all of the mini.
I like Halloween anyway.
And Cluck Cluck Sew is like
I love
super
Cluck
great.
Cluck So. Win, win, win.
Just know the pattern sold separately. And then Cecily is teaching a second Summer Screams class. It's on Wednesday, August 11th, starting at 9:30. And it's a boo quilt. And it spells the word boo. You have to bring your own
I love
fabric.
those.
I know. It's super cute. But it's a mini. And it's $30, just like the others.
So what
but it
would you
includes
use-
the pattern.
What would you use your mini for?
A wall hanging.
Just
your
a wall
door.
hanging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
You
table
could do
runner.
anything with a mini.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you could
know.
add like 2 blocks and
Or
make a table runner.
Make it a pillow.
You can make it into a pillow. You can make it into a pot holder.
What if you did a whole bunch of them and had different placemats with them?
You could do different placements. You could do a whole bunch of mini, sew them together, and then
Make
have
a mini
quilt.
quilt. Then it wouldn't be a mini anymore.
It would just be a whole lot of booze.
It'd be
Speaking of, we just got the cutest fabric line called
Yes.
Bring Your Own Booze.
Bring your own booze. BOOS, not
It's fantastic.
booze.
We have a question
Yes.
from Charlene. Where are the classes? And I think we kept saying Cecily, but those that don't know, Cecily is in our Katie store.
Katie
I
store.
know we need some classes. We'll need to schedule some Halloween classes.
That'd be fun.
Year, next week, next month.
I know. Can you
I'm
believe it's
done.
already the end of July?
I know.
It's crazy.
I can't. Yeah, and I have a high schooler starting this next month.
Yeah, kids are already going back to school. That's nuts.
He is like, we were walking through the store. He's like, "There's already school supplies, Mom."
Yeah,
It's like,
tell me.
yes, there are.
Okay, but if they're starting that early, do they get off earlier?
Yeah, they get off in May. If they start in August, they get off in May.
Okay.
Well, we will see what happens with the school year, right? You never know.
You never know.
Cross your fingers, all goes well, right? And then August 7th, we have What's New at BU. Lori did it in Katie, last week? It was during it was at the end of $5 quilt. So I think it was the end of the
2
week
weeks,
before. 2 weeks.
so.
Okay.
And so she wants to do it here in San Antonio. So on August 7th, in person at 1 o'clock, she's going to do What's New at
Wow.
BU and go over all the great new product that they announced during Bringing in
There is
University
so much.
and answer questions. There's going to be pre-order specials, all that stuff.
How many spots are available in person?
I believe 18.
Ooh, that's not many. Hey, if you want a spot, you better just sign up because they go fast.
And then if you can't come in person, if you weren't able to go in person when you were in Katy, or you're here in San Antonio and can't make the 1 o'clock, we are doing a virtual at 3. So
Can as many people as sign up for that as
I limited it to 18 at both locations. So how many is that? 18 times 2.
36.
There you
That's
go.
it?
36.
I know, but virtually you can
Yeah.
have as many as you want.
Right. I set it at 36. If we get more, I'll open it to more.
Oh, okay, good.
So,
So if you miss out on the 18, at least you can still go to the virtual?
yep.
Okay.
And then Lori had wanted me to put in the newsletters, and I forgot that there's updates on the $5 quilt finishing kits. I know a bunch went over to Katy. They were supposed to contact the people. Some were still here. That's about all I know. Do you have any?
Oh, I know. Finishing kits. So all of the ones that are in Katy should have been contacted. The exception is if you wanted the Allison Glass teal colorway, we did run out of fabric. It arrived today though. So
Oh.
there's about, I think 6 or 8 Katy customers waiting on the teal kits. The San Antonio customers we have cut. We are in the process of packaging. We still need the instructions. So they're almost done.
It's a lot of work getting
um,
those all cut.
Yeah.
We
if you,
hope to have them end of next week. Everyone called and contacted if the pattern is ready.
Okay.
Great.
So next time you see Monica, be sure to thank her because she has
Yes.
been cutting,
Oh my
cutting.
goodness.
Like
Yes.
a maniac. She's been doing great.
So just be sure, and then we do have wait lists for finishing kits as well. So we will contact you, I'm assuming, as things get cut and we have enough to be able
Yes.
to make those.
Okay. So there are
So if you
more
want a
fabrics than
kit
order.
and you are not on the wait list, we are cutting the number to the wait list. So it's not just going to be free, like free as in like available in person. You
have
have
to
to,
be
put
on the
on the
wait
wait list if you want a kit. So you can email, you can call, you can.
And just know there may be some fabric substitutions based on availability because I know we purchased all of one fabric of the Amanda Murphy from Benertex, and we will make them through that, and then we may have to substitute after that. So just be aware of that.
But you could make your own finishing kit. You do not have to use that kit.
But we
To
cannot sell the
complete
pattern. Based
Right.
on, right. We
Right.
can't sell the pattern that's in our finishing kit based on the rules of this program. But we will have a finishing sheet for different ideas, not the same one that we're doing the finishing
Right.
kit.
But I'm saying we don't
Right.
have to. You don't have
You
to
don't have
finish
to
them
do
that
it.
way.
No.
You
we
could use
actually-
your BQs patterns.
Yep.
There's all kinds of ways to finish them. So if you don't get a kit, don't worry about it. Just be creative and do your own thing.
Yes.
Instructions are just guidelines.
I'm
They're
an
just
instructions
guidelines.
person. I need instructions.
Well, we
Not
do
me.
have those one sheets that tell
Yeah.
you, if you
Yeah.
want to do basic or on point, things like that. So
Okay.
don't worry, we'll get you taken care of.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
So what did we do this? Oh, let me just really quick, just in case there's newbies. Thirsty Thursday, like I said, was Hairbrain Idea. We kind of sit here and talk about our project. We have a coupon code and a link, which we will be posting throughout. You can just check comments. The sale is 15% off the stuff that we talk about, and 15%. And
It's on sale for how long?
it's on sale until 11:59 tomorrow night. Or in store in San Antonio. Unfortunately, Katy didn't get this line. I don't think they liked it. We did. So we have it all here, but if you're Katy and you liked it, be sure you place your order at your discount, and then You can choose pick up in store, you can choose curbside or shipping.
Okay,
All three
so
of
now
those.
they need to know the code.
The coupon code is TT
Corn.
Corn.
C-O-R-N.
Because the fabric line is kitty corn. Kitty corn.
Kitty corn.
Like
All
a
right.
cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Meow. Meow.
See the cat?
Meow.
Meow, meow.
Right there.
So this is the project, guys. Where's the pattern?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I like ours better.
Boo Bash. See, it's all hard to tell in a pattern, the cover. See, it looks so much better in person.
So what we did, tell them what we did differently.
You guys know more. I just
Okay.
picked up fabric and sewed.
So the pattern, it calls for a background that was very printy. I like the background.
Oh, I love this fabric.
It's super
So
cute.
this was what they called for the background. And we opted instead to do a white background with the little moons. We thought it would help pop the appliques. And I have to admit that it really does.
I have to show these. They're so cute.
Carry on. Carry on.
Charlie will be back.
So
So
anyway,
this is what we used.
we actually have some kits cut for this. But you have to realize we didn't follow these instructions. We used substitute a couple of fabrics. The other thing that's different between this one and the pattern here is the bubbles on the cauldron called for candy corn. And I had a problem with putting a candy corn cauldron and candy corn bubbles. Just
You didn't want to
Didn't
bake
go.
your candy corn?
no. I like the circles. I like the circles. So tell them about that fabric. That's cool fabric that we use for the background.
This is
I like the
called
whole line. The whole
Moon and
color.
so cute.
Stars. They
Yes.
really thought hard about the
Did
pattern.
we put all of them on sale?
I did.
Oh,
I hope that's
she's so
okay.
good. Yes.
I'm sure nobody will complain about more sales.
It is little crescent moons with little stars. And I love these because they're sparsely put. Oh, up here.
Yeah.
They're not here. Let me show you the darker colorway.
Welcome, Etta K. It's her first time watching.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, glad y'all
Do you have
came.
any other first time Thirsty Thursdays?
Yeah, any other first timers?
What about the OG Thirsty Thursdays, original Thirsty
know,
Thursday
right?
watchers? I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a lot of those. But look at it, and this is the navy.
Navy and white. I
But
love navy.
I know.
There's good negative space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like empty space.
Can you imagine
So
quilting with
it's
that?
not too busy, but it's stars and moons.
I love it.
And this is, I don't know how to describe
Fuchsia?
this.
It's my favorite color.
Magenta.
It's not plum. It's not. It has red in it. It's a
A
purple.
purpley pink.
But
I would say fuchsia.
I don't know if you guys can
Maybe
see
the
the
color.
color.
Fuchsia.
Oh, we're sitting right under a light that's out, so I don't know how well you guys can see the color, but it's so pretty.
I almost bought us a ring light.
I almost bought a ring light too. We just need to make the plunge. And then there's the black.
Yeah, black and white.
I
It's-
love
they're
this. It's
good.
by Andover. Stars, moon and stars.
Yeah.
Moon and stars, and it's on the page.
It really is a fabulous
great background.
Yeah. So
Great backing.
It's gonna.
yeah,
anything.
good backing too. Yes, definitely.
I can see somebody who quilts like Barbara doing such beautiful. It's gonna be
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah. And all those colors really lend themselves to Halloween anyway.
Mhm.
They're not the traditional Halloween, but
There is no more traditional
I
Halloween.
don't think so. I
We've
don't
got
think so,
pink
not anymore.
pumpkins.
We got pink. Yeah, look at all this. We got all these pink
And
colors
these
in
are
here.
not like Kelly green or
No,
like witch's green. It's
and it's more peachy.
I keep wanting to call it mint, but it's really not.
Sage. Yeah, sage. So we were just going to show you. Oh, this line also comes with this really cute panel. I'll get it. Okay. So this panel,
I don't know if I put on enough deodorant.
you did just
I'll
fine.
lean over here.
And so you get a big kitty cat here, and then you get two smaller kitty cats, and then look at this. You got like those little mini
labels.
quilt labels. That's cute. So I decided, since we had that, I picked up the matching Moda. This is the same creamy background. So let's say you wanted everything to be more matchy-matchy. You could have used this as the background. It's a cream. It's called Porcelain. And it's the same cream. Can y'all tell? Same as this. So it's the exact same as the panel. And a lot of people, they like it to match.
You know, you don't think about whites because when I made the zoology, I grabbed the panel and it needed white fabric, so I just grabbed white fabric. Well, it was off-white, and I didn't realize you don't look at it when you're cutting because it's not side by side, or when you're sewing because you're looking at the wrong side of fabric. But when I hung it up to show you guys, I was like, oh my goodness, those are two different whites. So it's important to look at your panel with the background fabric.
Well, that's why I wanted to make sure that they had matching. If you're interested, it matches. And I made sure that that's also part of the TT corn. TT corn.
And just so you know, the kit, though, comes with
The moons.
the moons.
Win-win. All right, so let's talk about what we did.
Do you want to go first? or-
Sure. I'll go first. So I actually did the broom and cauldrons and the little frog that's up there. The little frog at the top, the only thing I changed that was different is I actually changed the eye shape. I don't know if you can tell. It's supposed to be little circles. And I changed him so it looks like he's a smiling frog. I wanted happy eyes too, so I did. And I just wanted to make a plug. These are what I use. I know that they really like the Karen Buckley Perfect Scissors. I'm a Kai fanatic, and I cut out all my stuff with Kai scissors, especially these 5-inch ones. And so I made sure to include these also. These are my favorite. These are my go-to. I have the Karen Buckley, and I tried them both because I didn't want to say, oh, always use these. Oh, always use those. I had no problems with the Karen Buckley. I felt I had more control with these. So that's my personal opinion about that. I actually used a zigzag stitch for both of mine, for the top one and on the bottom one. For the little smile that you see on the little froggy's mouth, I did a triple stitch. Just a normal triple stitch. I think I made my stitches a little bit longer. I believe I went to 3.5 triple stitch. And then can you see the web that's in the corner on the cauldron? I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually right over there in the cauldron. And I didn't want to use a triple stitch on that because I wanted it to look kind of edgy, a little spooky a little bit. And so I actually used one of the quilting stitches, and it's a short stitch and then it's a long stitch. It's supposed to bring the bottom stitch up, and it did, because the first one I did, I used white in my bobbin, and I was going, this isn't as dark as I thought it was supposed to be. It's because the bobbin thread was showing on the top. Right.
It gives that hand stitch look
Yeah.
if you use monofilament on the top.
And so I changed to both black, so black on the
Black on
bobbin, black on top, and then I was happier with it. I just thought it still made it a little bit edgy, but, kind of made it.
Do you
show up
happen
a
to
little
know
bit
the
more.
stitch number on that?
1329, not for sure. I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
I'll look it up for you.
Because I would love to play with that.
Yeah.
That's what Lori did, if you guys remember. The
Yeah.
pillow, her
That
hand
pillow,
stitch look.
yeah.
I wanted to try.
I didn't really want it to look so much hand stitch. I just wanted it to look like it had dew on it, like,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of fun.
It's wispy.
Yeah, I like it. Anyway, that was about it. I thought the pattern was well done, tracing, placing it on there, ironing it on there. And I have to admit, too, that I did use those nonstick needles. What a difference. Because last time I ran out and I didn't have the nonstick needles. So I bought some more, used them again this time. Night and day.
I
Night and
actually didn't use the non-stick needles because I was borrowing a machine because my
Yeah.
machine's all packed up. And I was like, I'm just going to power through. And because I was like, it was just gunking up. And I was like, I'll just wipe it off, And I was like, I really tried hard on my stitches, guys. I hope you guys appreciate them. But I'm a stitching applique fanatic now. And so I was like, I got to
really
get around this
good.
curve. I got to get through this whole thing, and then I'll wipe off the needle. Well, guess what happens when you don't do it? Or maybe it's just me, but my thread was getting stuck with the glue, so it was shredding it.
Yes.
So, like, I had, one fiber gone, and so I kept stitching. I had 2 fibers gone and stitching, and it was just, my thread was, tiny. It was like I was stitching with
Air.
with a tiny speck. So that's what happens when you don't
Sometimes
clean off
you'll
your
even get skip
needle.
stitches too, so
Yeah, it was shredding the
does
fibers.
make a difference. Really
if I don't
does.
have the nonstick needles, I have alcohol pads by my.
Well, I keep those by my.
And you can't push it. That's what I learned.
As soon as you start seeing it a little bit gummed up, you've got to clean it off.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't matter. It matters.
What else?
Do you want to go or do you want me to?
I can, I did the cat.
It's so cute, y'all.
I
Look
love
at
the
this
scratch mark.
And the
Wow.
pumpkin. And so you guys can't see, but I did whatever stitch I was feeling. So for the cat, I did a blanket stitch, and I made it kind of tight. So this fabric, can you show them the fabric? So
Yes.
this is the moons and the stars.
Check
It's
this
the
out. It's so cute. It's candy corn
And then the pumpkin.
on a black background.
Yeah, so that is the face, and that is on top of the moon and stars.
Moon and stars.
And so when you look at them on top of each other, to me, it was a little busy. So what I did was I did my stitches. I don't want to call it a satin stitch, but I made my blanket stitch, but I made it so it was like a satin stitch. It just wasn't a zigzag that was condensed because I wanted a solid black line to break it apart so that you guys could clearly see the orange wasn't playing with each other.
Yeah.
And so this is not hand stitched. I know I tricked you guys, but I did
Surprise.
not do it. Surprise, not really.
I don't think we knew any
Yeah,
of us did.
if you knew me, I do not do the hand stitching. But
Abort.
they use, I don't know if you're supposed to use this, but they give this
The
next
little
to
template.
the applique template, the little swirls. And on the white fabric, it just shows through. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. And so I did a fix-on and drew it, the loops, and I did a triple stitch. And this project, have a scrap piece of paper or scrap piece of fabric and stitch your stitches to try it out first. Hold it next to it. So I did the triple stitch. It defaults as a 3. It was a little too condensed still, so I actually lengthened it to a 4, and I was happy with that.
I love the triple stitch.
And yeah,
It's one
so
of
it
my
gives the
favorites.
hand stitch look because if you guys are not familiar, it goes forward, backwards, forward, forward, and then backwards, forward. So it stitches each stitch,
Each stitch is triple stitched.
triple stitch, and it gives that thicker look.
Yeah, mine was
So-
every other stitch was triple stitched.
Does do most machines that we sell here in store have the triple stitch?
The triple
You
stitch
triple
for
stitch,
Bernina,
yes.
every single one, because it's like a basic
Yes.
utility. It's number
Yeah,
6.
Six.
Baby
Lock,
Lock
they
has
have a
them,
triple
but
stitch too.
it looks different. I forget how it exactly looks.
But they don't all have the one that I use for the spider.
Right.
That one is a specialty stitch.
That's definitely
That
spider.
not all
the-
Bernina, but most Baby Lock has them. Lori said.
Yeah, but not all.
No,
So,
not all.
Yeah, so be careful. What else?
But yeah,
Oh, I
so
was gonna-
that's how I didn't freehand. I didn't free motion.
Okay,
I just followed
Did you
the
know?
line.
Did you know that you could actually have put this on the top of your fabric and just stitched on top of that?
Yes, and I didn't want to because usually when you're stitching on paper, you want your stitches smaller to perforate it. So I didn't want, I was
You
worried.
wanted a longer stitch.
Right, so I lengthened my stitch to 4, so that's why I traced it with a erasable or heat erasable pen, because paper, I've stitched with paper before. I did it with my reverse pillow, but I changed my stitch length to 1.5, 1.3 to
Yeah.
make sure it's close because it perforates it. With it being 4 and such looser, if I would have did the paper, I would have worried that it would have pulled out the
Good point.
stitches.
Good point.
So that's why I traced it
I
out
actually tried on a scrap to sew
on the paper.
on the paper, but because of the triple stitch and the length, when I went to go pull it, it was pulling my stitches out. So
You know,
I was
and that's
like,
a
I'm
good
not going
idea
to.
anyway, to always practice something like that before you do it on for real. It's a good idea.
Especially these group projects.
Angelique, does
Yes.
the Bernina 200 have the triple stitch? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Number 6, check it
Number
out.
6.
Should be number 6 for the 200. And sometimes it looks as 3 dashes. Sometimes it's just
A fat dash.
a fat dash.
So the
And,
fat
like, there's
dashes
3
are
rows.
3 rows of stitches.
On like mine, it shows 3 rows. I have a 350. I don't know if the 200 is like mine. It has 3 rows of 3. So it looks weird when if you don't know what you're looking at. It's like, is this gonna stitch 3 like side by side
Separate,
stitches?
yeah.
But that's what it's saying.
Okay.
That's cool.
Let me show you.
Jackie, did you make your blouse? Well, little do you know, it's a dress.
And yes, I did.
So pretty. It was a border print, right?
Yeah, it was just a border print. It was real fast,
wow.
real simple.
She's so talented, guys.
Well, I like sewing, and I like to wear dresses, but I don't like most of the dresses you can buy in the store. So I usually make them.
Very nice.
Oh, and then I know the last thing was I was so worried. Remember, I'm still very beginner new for applique, but
But you
I
did
was
so good.
so worried about my stitches matching up when I was stitching, especially around the pumpkin circle. Make sure I was in the right spot. I was like barely touching the fabric and like rotating it. And I forgot to make sure my fabric, it should stay where it is. So my pumpkin did
Squinch.
puff up a little bit because I wasn't making sure
To
my
spread out your
fabric,
background a little
was
bit.
spread out.
You know what I actually did? I forgot to say on mine is I actually decreased my tension, my top tension.
Oh, sorry. Teresa asked a great question, and we
Yeah.
all forgot to talk about. Did you use interfacing or put tissue paper under the fabric? You definitely, especially with the curves,
to,
and that
have to
you need to have it.
stabilize.
I use Ultra Clean and Tear Away.
I like Ultra
It's
Clean.
my favorite.
Ultra Clean is probably my favorite for because it definitely tears away.
It's
and
gooder
clean.
for because it's good
Gooder?
for the loose.
It's gooder.
It's good for the loose stitches as well because
Yeah.
it has those 2 fibers.
Definitely tears.
And it's funny because
perfectly.
I have this a while back, like when I first started, somebody accidentally ordered this really heavyweight tearaway. And so I have a whole bolt of it at my house. And I love it for applique to stabilize. And it tears awesome. But my mom, it drives her crazy because it is super heavy. And she's like, what is this on the back of your project?
It is.
But I use the Ultra Clean and Tear. I didn't put any on
I
the
have
website.
some of
We'll have
the
to do that.
stiffer one, but you know what? As long as it tears, it doesn't really matter how thick it is, as long as you tear it and make it go away.
And you will notice your fabric does not work well because on my scrap fabric, when I was practicing my loops,
Oh yeah,
I
it
didn't
kinda
use
draws
stabilizer
in.
because I was like, I'm just seeing if I can do it. And oh my goodness, my fabric was puckered and switched and so yes, it definitely
And I
needs to be
think-
stabilized.
And I think that's something we learn a lot from OESD too when we have their events and things is they double up a lot of the times on their stabilizer.
Yeah, they do sometimes. Yeah.
So
I
stabilization
don't,
is
but-
a must.
I mean, I don't on this.
Not double up, but
But if I'm
you have
hooping,
to-
if
if
I'm
you're
hooping,
embroidering,
Right,
Yeah.
if you're embroidering, but
Yeah.
I mean, you still any kind of decorative stitch, you have
It's
to
a good idea.
stabilize. Yeah.
what was
definitely.
the name of Ultra Clean Interior Interfacing? It's Ultra Clean and Tear.
Yeah, ultra clean and tear. It
And
comes
I
on a
don't
roll.
I don't know if we put it on the website.
I didn't.
We will.
But we
We
can.
will.
We will.
As soon as this is over.
I've got our point of sale pulled up right
Yeah,
there.
we'll do it
We'll
right
do it
away.
right away. Just refresh.
But we did put the nonstick needles and all the fabric.
Okay, good.
And the... Oh! Did we tell there was a fabric kit?
There's a
Yeah, I
fabric
did.
kit.
Oh, okay.
I told him that was different than the pattern because we use the moons.
Yes,
Yes.
because the pattern, it just looked a little
And what
busy.
did you do, Michelle?
I did the candy corn.
The hardest one because there was
No.
what, 2, 4,
A
6,
gajillion candy
8,
corns.
8 candy corns
But
in
that
one
was
block.
way easier than the spider. You just get on a roll.
Oh.
So on the candy corn, what I did is I placed my one in the middle first.
Uh-huh.
You
Or
found the
there's
middle
like
of your
two,
fabric?
yeah,
Right, next to
so
each other.
two next to each other, and then I built out from there. I marked my seam allowances on either side, so I would know where I couldn't go beyond. But it was a lot of I enjoyed doing the candy corn, probably the
How'd
best.
you find the curve? Did you follow the angles that are the picture of the pattern? Or you
Yeah, I
just
kind of
freestyled?
eyeballed it. 'Cause,
Okay.
So you can see like they kind of. So I was just like. Meh.
And I don't know about y'all, but I also made the white part, I kept it big. I didn't cut it down until after I appliqued. Because sometimes things move, fabric could move, kind of scrunch up a little bit. So I always cut it after I've appliqued and after I've pressed it. Then I cut it down to the measurements that was required in the.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
left it
like
a
you
little bit
did
bigger.
with the seam allowance.
Yeah,
Matt.
I did. I kept it a little bigger. I used to have a nice sewing room, and now I have a
Aw.
small little table. I now have a nice baby room, but I
you have a baby? Yeah.
So like the space, like just to cut that at 36 and a half, which is the length. I'm on a table like this, so
Table.
it's a little hard. But so I did the candy corn. I wanted to do like a really small, tiny little blanket stitch, just to keep it clean. I used Jackie's technique that she talked about, not last week, but the week before, that 34 foot. If you have a Bernina, I don't know what the foot is for baby lock, but it's got that center marking.
And it's clear.
Yeah,
And it's clear. So you have this center line that you put on the edge of your applique. You move your needle over based on how wide you're doing your stitch, and it just falls perfectly. If you ever want us to show you that, just come see us.
Yeah,
'cause
come ask me. I'm
it's-
more than happy to show you.
I've never had applique look so good.
Yeah.
And I love applique.
That's how I did it too, and it was great.
Yeah. So that's the candy corn, and then the spider. What a nightmare, guys!
No.
I was just me. I was trying to rush. I didn't want to hold them up on getting the top done, so I rushed it, and I
yeah, we
put
were
the.
hoping to get it quilted.
I
but-
had the eyes and the mouth opposite. So like as you can see it now, where the legs are going burp, I had the legs going burp.
Well, that's okay. He was just going down.
So you
his
look like a dead
Wow.
spider. I couldn't like have a dead spider in the quilt, right? Even though that's how all spiders should be in my book. But I had to unpick. But I did. I liked your idea when you did yours with the zigzag to kind of look like little hairs, like a hairy spider. So I did not a super dense satin stitch, but I did pretty close. It was fun to stitch. It was not fun to unpick. I did put seam.
I've never unpicked applique. How do you?
I had a hard time with the eyeballs because I had already fused them and stitched them down.
Oh my goodness.
So on the back, I just kind of unpicked all the stitches, and then on the front, I just got my seam ripper and just kind of started prying the eyeballs out. With the triple stitch, I did that for the mouth as well. I didn't adjust lengths or anything. I just went for it. I had to get it done. The baby woke up this morning at 3:30, so that's when I started working on that.
But talk about your eyes, because they're not
Yes.
real buttons. I thought they were real buttons.
No. So I don't have a bag of scraps anymore. I have some. It's all packed in the garage. So I had the fabric from the pumpkin I did the other week. And so there's the
Pin cushions.
pin cushions,
Yeah.
and there's little buttons on those. So I
Oh,
just
and
cut
so
those
you
out.
cut 'em
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
use
from that
that.
other Halloween fabric.
Actually, Sunny, my son, cut them out for me. That's how like overwhelmed I
Desperate.
felt getting this done. So I got newsletters. I've got my son. I got the baby.
No.
So and then for the little hand stitching look for the mouth and the little web. What is it? The butt rope.
I know. What is that? Part of the like starter web? I don't know.
There's this video my son and I watch about spiders, and we call it the butt rope. But so I wasn't sure how to do it, and I didn't want to Google it. So what I did is I used my handy dandy blue tape, which I use in my sewing room all the time. And like I said, I tried sewing on the paper and it wasn't coming out. So I created myself a dot to dot.
I like that.
I don't know if you can see the light, but I poked.
Yeah, you can see it better in the back.
Yeah, from the back. There you go.
Yeah.
I poked holes every so often, created a dot to dot on my fabric, and then I peeled it off. I
Brilliant.
traced it out with the Frix-On. I sewed on my line that I created, and then I also did that with the mouth. However, I have a orange Frix-On. When I had to unpick the butt rope, I found that even after ironing, because I stitched over it, it seemed to still stay in the fiber,
Oh,
Interesting.
in the white. So just, be careful with your Frix-Ons
yeah.
if you have to unpick like I did. Yeah, so I created.
But that's good because like mine luckily was under the white so I could see
You
through,
could.
but your spider face, you couldn't see through that on an applique.
No, because it's black.
No.
So yeah, so I created the dot to dot. I did that,
And
and
so
then
worked.
drew it on the top of
drew it on the top, and then stitched it, and then I ironed it to make sure you couldn't see it. But like I
I just stitched mine. I said, this looks good.
Oh, well,
say, I'm not that good.
I'm a pattern follower.
So I thought it was I
Guidelines,
was looking
guidelines.
forward to seeing how they did theirs, because I was just like, okay, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? And I didn't wanna. I wanted to come up with something, and I feel like I did.
Yeah, because the pattern, I don't want to we're not discrediting the
No,
pattern.
not at
it
all.
was the pattern wanted us to hand stitch that part.
Yes, they said
and
to
we're
hand
like,
stitch.
Do
No.
we hand stitch? No.
No. No.
So if you hand stitch, you
I
could do that.
I have decorative stitches on my machine for a reason.
Yes.
So I used my resources wisely.
My phone died, but I did catch a
Let's see.
comment. Karen, I think, asked what thread we used to applique.
I actually used OESD embroidery thread,
Oh, isocord?
isocord thread.
So
Which is
40
40
weight
weight.
polyester.
Yeah.
I used a combo. I used cotton, the cotton metler, the metrocene. I used poly
And one
sheen.
poly sheen.
Did you? So you matched your colors.
I matched my colors. I didn't
matched
care
mine
about
too.
weight.
Yeah. I matched mine, but I have so many embroidery threads. I do a better job matching with that than I do with my sewing threads.
These colors
They
are
were-
interesting. They were
Yeah.
kind of hard to match.
I had them.
I did not.
Just
It's
so
just
you
that
know.
orange. That
No
orange
surprise
is not
there.
an orange. It's
It's a peachy.
It's a-
salmon
yeah.
peach
Yeah.
combination blended together.
I gotta show this because I
Yes.
thought it was so
Y'all
cute.
have to see the rest of
Look
the
at
line.
look at the
Okay,
moons.
so this is the fabric that's around the outside edge, and I don't know if you can see, but that's a little spider. Can you see that? So within the moon, there's
It's
these
hanging
huge-
off the spike
with
off the
a
moon.
butt rope. See?
And
Michelle butt rope.
and that's a white spider, but they change colorways.
If
And
you
so
want,
on this one, they're little black spiders.
I'll post the video where they call it the butt rope.
And then there's
that's funny.
there's
That's pretty
another colorway, but I don't know if we have back order. There's the white background of that too.
I didn't pull that one.
Oh.
Okay, and then I just had to show there's two different color waves of the little kitty cats. And these little kitty cats are so cute. Look at that.
I love the vintage look. So I think it's
Yeah.
is it the same designer that did like that vintage Santa and
Yes.
the deer and all that for Christmas?
Yes.
Oh, urban.
Urban Chicks, I
And
think.
then-
It's a Moda designer.
These are the three candy corns.
I love that white
And there's
background
the
one.
black that we did for
Yeah, and black.
ours.
So there's black too. I was trying to
And-
pick up ones we didn't already use.
Yeah, so I think there's 4 or 5
And
different
the dots.
colorways.
Oh,
The
Here it is,
dots
here it
in
is.
this line are fantastic.
Oh, I love the
The
dots.
dots are fabulous. So there's the black one. You know what? I didn't pick up any of the dots.
Oh, no.
So the bubbles are the dots.
The cat
The-
is
the
the dots.
cat
I don't
is
know
the
if you guys
dots.
can see.
These are great tone on tone
The good
colors.
size.
I think I have
Yeah.
a scheduled viral threads tomorrow with the fabrics.
You've already had the viral thread.
I did it
Yes.
already. Then I have a
Oops.
free project coming tomorrow.
Ooh.
That I thought this would be good.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Smusher for life. I love you.
Oh,
babe.
wait. One more thing. There's pre-cuts.
Yes.
Pre-cuts with these, and I just picked up the Jelly Roll one. Can you see all the pretty colors? So I
And
just
we
wanted to.
included them in the sale.
Yes.
You're a
So
jar
check
man.
that out. And there's
There's layer cakes and charm packs, not
Yeah.
just jelly rolls.
so it's a great
And the
way to
panel.
quickly put together a quilt.
Okay.
And don't forget
And don't forget your
matches.
seam ripper.
Always need a seam ripper.
I posted a question Thirsty Thursday. I don't know if y'all saw it. If you were in Sewing Olympics, what would you win the gold?
Someone said unseaming or unripping
Yeah.
or seam ripper.
Yeah. I'm sewing.
I win the yardage marathon.
Yeah, that's what your daughter said.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hands down, yardage marathon.
I don't know what I win yet. I'll have to give it a thought.
All right. Is that it for today,
I
ladies?
think
I think that's it. Sorry if I
Okay.
missed your questions. My
Nope,
my phone
I've
died.
been looking. I don't see.
Okay.
I got a new case though.
Yay.
Sunflowers.
Oh, I do like your. That's so sweet. I like that. All right.
sweet.
So.
I got 1 sip of water left.
So.
So get your beverage, your favorite beverage, and
Yes.
cheers to
And cheers. Happy
almost-
sewing.
Yes,
Oh,
happy sewing.
On
And
almost.
next week is in Katy with more Halloween.
Yay.
Cheers! Cheers! I need to go put